Hey everybody, Webby Motor here, and welcome to episode 30. I think it's 30. 29 or 30. I actually need to check now, because now I'm just going to be sitting there thinking about that the whole time. It is episode 30. I was right the first time. Of our F1 2018 career, and let's just jump straight into it. Quick video is good video. There we go. Let's roll. Hope everybody's had a very good Wednesday. I've actually got the day right. I'm much better prepared tonight, unlike last night, where it was just a basket case the whole time. Yeah, hope everybody's having a good quality Wednesday, and hopefully we can have a good race here at the Hungaroring. As you saw, 12 points off the lead of the championship. Things getting close. To think in a Toro Rosso in our second season, fighting for the title. Have a look here. So we got some more upgrades. We do have some points to spend.
If it were me, this is probably what I'd invest in.
That is a big upgrade. Gonna do it. Very good. Russia is when it's due. Okay, so no good. Yep, we'll put that in the car. No, hang on, not that. At 80. 71. Yep. 80. 76. Yep. Okay, gearbox. We must be nearly due for a new gearbox, yeah? Yeah, last race of the gearbox. Very good. Gonna rain at the end of the race. That's interesting. But let's go. Now, if I remember rightly, from the first season, we carried way too much wing at this race, and we got absolutely mopped. Mopped, I tells ya, in a straight line. So we are not going to make that mistake this time.
Welcome to the Hungaroring for this weekend's Hungarian Grand Prix. But before we start to worry about race day, let's focus on today's practice, which is about to begin. Anthony Davidson is here as usual to help take us through the action. And Ants, I've seen some questions on social media and other places about this current crop of F1 cars and why they're so much faster now, despite being significantly heavier than the previous generations of machines. Take us through that one.
I'd be happy to, Crofty. And simply put, it's a matter of grip. Now, that comes from two sources. You have what we call mechanical grip, which comes from the surface of the tyre sticking to the road. And these tyres are significantly wider now when compared to previous years, so they have the potential for more mechanical grip. Then you have the downforce, of course, which pushes the car into the road as the air moves over it, thus generating grip. And these cars have about 20% more downforce, which is more than enough to overcome the added weight.
Hello, Matt. I'm Franz Tost. I'm here to talk to you.
Carl probably mentioned the new parts that have come in from the factory. Well, they're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
Good news. Good news, everybody. Okay. So we are at the Hungaroring. Let's try that. Much less downforce than we ran in the first season. Let's see how it goes for us. It's Hazard in there first with a hungry joke. Yeah, this race always makes me hungry. Yeah, me too. I'm a big fan of this track. Won my first pro race around here, if you remember rightly. Oh, we were 15 points short. Somebody took the helicopter route through turn 1, and I was able to claim victory that day. They were good times. Exactly the same score. 400 again. Oh, we're not going to get it now. That'll do. I have good memories of turn 1. Yes, me too. Time management. Let's do it. So I think we're going to struggle with just that test because we're carrying less wing. I'm carrying a lot less wing than I usually would around this track because I just remember last season when we're getting mopped on the straight by everybody. Now this track has not really been a happy hunting ground for me previously in the Codemasters games, so we will see how this weekend goes. Five, 6, or 6, 7 actually. Sorry. That was okay. We hit that time pretty easy. Didn't have a look at what the weather was doing in the rest of practice, so let's do that quickly. Dry F1, dry 2, wet 3. So we won't be running in FP3. So we'll do fuel management now as well. Whoa. Oh, we only just missed that. That's not fair. No worries, thanks, Hazard. Just a downshift there. Ah, got it this time. There we go. That'll do. Okay. That'll do for FP1. Let's go to FP2.
As all the cars are now over the line, your
Charles Leclerc second.
are Bottas, Leclerc, and Esteban Ocon. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on off.
19.6. Not bad. As I said, I don't have a great record around here in the Codemasters game, so we'll see how this weekend goes. Okay, FP2. Let's roll. There's management. Here we go. Ah, no. Hey Derodros, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well. Always when I can watch a movie motor stream. Oh, well, that's very nice of you to say. Thank you. Alright, we got that the second time around after we dropped it on the first lap. Let's do our race strategy. Ace is tremendous. Maybe third's better through there. That's not bad. We'll take that. Cool beans. All right. Qualifying pace.
30 minutes of this session remain.
Yep. The reason we're doing all this all in FP2 is because FP3 is going to be wet, so we're just going to get all this done now. Here we go. Beat it by 8/10. Good stuff. Wonder if it's going to predict us on pole again. That didn't work out so good for us in Germany. Estimated qualifying position first. Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. FP3. So we'll start
Look at the
FP3.
classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three.
We finished the session fastest. I really don't think we're going to get pole position.
Great work out there today. How do you think it went? You really went all out in practice today. Are you testing new components?
Oh, hang on. Aero. I want those guys to be happy.
I think it's great how much your team has been focused on developing your car.
Just say that.
You had an incredible pace in practice. Would you say that you're pretty comfortable with the car? Appreciate your time.
Want those guys to nail the next upgrade. It's a big upgrade. We've got a we ordered a aero upgrade, and it's a huge upgrade. It's going to take us from in an aero perspective. It's going to put us right amongst Mercedes and Ferrari, which is incredible. Just absolutely incredible. Cool. Okay, so we will go to FP3 just so we get an extra 10 points. It's not much, but every little bit counts. But we're not going to go out on track because it's raining. As you can see, it is raining. Whoops, I didn't want that. Qualifying.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three. Who are?
Very wet. So it is going to rain at the end of the race, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So we should at least get a couple of points for being at the session. There we go, 2 and 25. So we get 27 extra points. Every little bit counts. Okay. Unread messages. Good luck. Qualifying is dry. Yeah, that's right. I think I got it under control. What we need to do is put the good stuff back into the car. 58. We have to take a new ice soon, but that's okay. Very good. Go. Let's go.
The excitement is starting to build here at the Hungaro Ring as the lights are about to go green for today's qualifying session. We expect some cars out on track any moment now. This has been an exciting...
Hey Alex, welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you again.
Typically, it entertains the moment the lights go out.
We've seen in the past how tricky the first corner is. It's not an issue in practice and qualifying, but if you throw a lot of highly competitive drivers at it all at once, you've got an entirely different situation. The smarter drivers will be able to temper their approach and stay out of trouble, but it doesn't mean it's easy.
It's always easy. What you talking about, Ant? Okay. Let's go. It's morning in the Netherlands. Yep, very good. Well, good morning to you. Alright, here we go. No problem, I would expect. That's what I would expect of getting an education. It's very important. Wow, we actually got the 7th there. Oh, lock up. Certainly not wearing out the tarmac on the apex, but that is currently fastest. Not too bad, not too bad. We might, depending on our pace through Q1, this might be one of these tracks where we try and get through on the harder tyre through Q2. So 2.5 tenths off Kimi. First sector, really competitive. Couple of tenths. Middle sector, really good. Last sector, so we're quite consistent, at least to the fastest to Kimi. Look at Leclerc and Hulkenberg. Wow, we might not be particularly. All the times are very close. Gasly, Pierre's gone faster than me. So is Alo. I mean, I think we're safe, but it's very competitive. We might not be able to do the get through Q2 on a harder tyre, I don't think. We're only just in the 10. 7 tenths off Raikkonen. Sebastian's done it on the soft. Where is Hamilton? Out. Hamilton is out of Q1. The championship leader is out of Q1. Wow. What are you doing, Mercedes? That's big news for us. That is huge news. huge news for us. Because we're only 12 points behind him in the championship. Alright, we're going to have to do a better lap this time out to make sure we actually get through. I thought that lap was pretty good, but yeah, maybe not. Let's go. Might just have to push just a little bit harder. Maybe don't lock up at this corner again. Ruh-roh. That was not good. .16 flat. I think that's better than the last one, but that was not an ideal lap. That was a bit compromised by Verstappen, but we were pretty scrappy in the first sector as well, just in general. So we'll see how we look midway through the session. Only 2/10 off Sebastian. Half a second off Bottas. Okay, so 10th is a 16.9, so we're currently in by 9/10. I reckon we're safe. That middle sector was blinding. That was good. Yeah, we're safe. Yep. So we do have to find a little bit more in Q3, but that lap was far from ideal. So I think we can. I think we can get a little bit more out of it. We've got enough tyres for 2 runs. Oh, we have a cooling system fault.
Get too hot in there. There's a problem with the cooling system.
Oh, no.
To correct it.
We're only going to get 1 run. We are only going to get 1 run. So that sucks. This is it. All or nothing lap. Alright. No chance at a banker. Let's just make it happen. Got the track to ourselves, I hope, so... Outbroke myself at 1. Outbroke myself at 2. Long way from ideal. Oh, I got caught on that curb. No, that lap sucked. That sucked. Oh, that's frustrating. So we only get one run, and we've bowled it.
As we wind down from the excitement of
qualified by
here's a
Pierre.
look at your top three. Vettel,
I'm not happy. I'm not happy about that. He bowled that lap. Not good. Have to make up for it in the race. We couldn't capitalise on our championship rival being out in Q1. We've only put it P10. It's not good. Yeah, qualified by Pierre for the first time since, well, actually since Paul Ricard, but we done a faster lap than him, so you know that's good, but still. That was a team's fault, cooling fault with the car. What are you guys doing?
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Okay, let's do it. Make up for it in the race. I believe in a good performance in this race. I hope so, Deradros. I hope so. I hope it's just entertaining like it was. I think last night was pretty entertaining, so could just hope for the same this time out.
It's always wonderful to come back to the lively Hungaro Ring. A popular destination this, nice and close to the beautiful city of Budapest, with some exciting racing to boot. Who can forget Michael Schumacher pushing his old teammate Rubens Barrichello up towards the pit wall in 2010, or those great races of 2014 and 2015 as well. We're northeast of Budapest.
You know what I really dislike is that all the history that Crofty references when he does these intros is all modern stuff. Like nothing's ever older than 2010. Remember that one time we had Lance Stroll finish on the podium at Baku? Remember that? Well, I mean, obviously there's no other history for Baku, but you understand what I mean. Like, where's the, you know, let's talk about, you know, actually I think I'm being unfair in my criticism. I think it's a load of crap. I take it all back. I think he does talk a little bit about Alain Prost, Paul Ricard. But yeah.
Fernando Alonso and Verstappen, Gasly, Hülkenberg, Ocon and Wood, Leclerc, Magnussen, Carlos Sainz and Grosjean, Ricciardo, Hamilton, Marcus Ericsson and Stoffel Van Dorn, Stroll and Sergei Sirotkin rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
You managed to qualify better than we expected yesterday, so let's do the same again today.
Okay, so we're going to have rain at the back end of the race. It's only light, so we're probably not going to require inters at any point. Yeah. Fuel-wise, put a little bit extra in. Let's go.
Let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
Alright, let's keep an eye on Hamilton. May try a one-stop. So might the cars all directly behind us, so we'll see. But let's try and have some fun.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Here we go. Poor start. Really poor start.
Somewhere on the ICE, be aware that we will start to see a loss of power. The pit window, you'll be on the softs. Less than optimal.
Oh!
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
Thanks a lot, Fernando. Dog. Yeah, good. Now I've got massive amounts of understeer. Fantastic. Cheating AI.
We're expecting rain.
Shut up.
We're a +1 lap of extra fuel target.
Shut up.
Repeat that. There's interference. Push now. We're boxing this lap.
Oh, shut your mouth. That's what you get. How do you like it?
Box this lap, please. Go, go, go. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. You'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
So much understeer.
Pierre is in for his stop.
Man, I really don't care at this point. The AI is going to break my car anyway. Yeah, I did get past Kimmy, didn't I? Put the undercut to good use. Well, McLaren are no friends of mine today, are they? So they can get stuffed. After what Fernando did to my front wing.
Okay, we don't think we're far away from some rain. I'll keep you updated as the conditions change.
Weather report. That went well. Weather report.
Watch the conditions. We think there's rain coming pretty soon. Dries seem like the best tyre for now. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Keep current.
Copy.
So it started to rain. Weather report.
Light rain will stay with us for at least 20 minutes, maybe more. Light rain is here to stay. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Let's be mindful of the conditions. The track is getting wetter. Recommend you stay out for now though. Be much slower if we move on to inters this early. The gap to the car in front is less than a second. Let's try and get past in the DRS zone. It should be a few laps at least before you start feeling too many tyre issues. They seem in good condition for the time being.
Weather report. Weather report.
This light rain is going to be with us for a while now. Dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Key question here is it going to get wet enough for inters?
Okay, even though we're seeing cars struggle in these conditions, if we live for inters now, we're going to be too slow and we'll burn them out. Make the best of it for the time being.
Surely Leclerc hasn't pitted yet. That could be the only way he's third. Ooh. How did I not get a penalty for that?
Okay, clear.
I deserve a penalty for that. Thank you. Thank you for the gift game. That's payback for busting my front wing early on, yeah? Made me drive with this horrendously understeering car. Weather report. Weather report.
We've got a 15-minute spout of light rain, which will then move into heavy rain conditions. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Yeah, it would seem that Hamilton hasn't pitted yet either, you're right. So the AI can just run tyres forever. That's what we saw at Austria, remember? With Perez. Ooh. Oh.
We're no longer sure that these tyres are the right ones. It might be time to come in and change.
Yep, I think it is.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Confirm change.
Confirmed. Box, box, box.
I think we're being followed in. Hamilton also pitted. So Hamilton, our championship rival, has made his tyres last this whole distance.
Complete, go now.
Hey Snowdog, welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you for a while. Welcome back.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
So Hamilton is going to steal points off us in this championship fight because he's been able to make his tyres last.
You might want to consider switching to a lower fuel mix. We may not finish on the current settings. Pierre is in the pits. DRS has been disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline.
Yes, it is. Last race of the season. Can't wait to see the back end of it. Another season of disappointment. Wanting to see a bit of variety in the championship, and no.
Okay, we're low on fuel. Try shifting up the gears a little sooner. This should help us save some fuel.
Leclerc retired from the race after being in such a good position. I hope it will be good, Snowdog. I hope so.
rain transition into heavy within 15 minutes time. Yellow flag. Green flag.
Who's in the lead of this Grand Prix? Whoa. The junior team beating the major one is something fishy. Yep. Ocon was a dick, but so was Verstappen. Yep. Two things can be true at once. They were both pretty silly. Although, you know, I'm happy to see the passion from Max, even though I don't want to see drivers punching it out in the, you know, on the weighbridge. But he was cost a win. And you can understand why he was upset. What Ocon did was just silly. No need for it. But at the end of the day, Mercedes are his paymasters, and he's certainly done a favour for Mercedes. Gave him another win because they really needed it. He was pretty hot-headed. Yeah, I can understand why. Yeah. Man, I struggle against the AI in the wet. They just seem to have so much more grip. Yeah, if it wasn't for Ocon, you know, Max wins that race. And he deserved to win that race, you know, so... It's unfortunate that he was robbed of it by, as I said, just some pointless driving from Ocon. Hey Alex, welcome back. But Mercedes won both cups anyway. Yeah, pretty boring. I've had just about enough of watching that team win. I'm going to be honest. Not a fan. But Max should let him a bit of space. Yeah, but Max wasn't expecting him to race him. Like, that's what it comes down to. Everyone's like, oh, Max, you know, Max should have left him space and blah, blah, blah. But Max wouldn't have been expecting Ocon to come back at him. Not like that. That was silly. For a car that's a lap down to do that, to put your nose in at the second half of the center S, no logical driver actually thinks that a driver's going to do that. Particularly when they're a lap down. Like, I can speak from experience. You know, from karting and you know, also sim racing. You don't expect that. And when you don't expect it, you don't always look for it either. Because it was a stupid thing to do. It really was. Hate Mercedes. Mercedes. Hope Ferrari sack over Bene. We need a new leader. Yeah, well... Oh, Ferrari have a history of sacking everybody when they're not winning. That's not always the answer, let me tell you. They had a good enough car this year. Sebastian blew the championship in Germany. When he put it into the wall. He mentally defeated himself that weekend. That's what I think. If Ferrari want to win a championship, they've got to replace Vettel. He makes too many mistakes to beat Hamilton in a Mercedes. Ferrari have lost just as many races because Sebastian does something silly. So it's not all a River Bene. There's only so much he can do. Ferrari built a good car this year. I mean, fair enough. Mercedes have had the best car since the summer break, but Sebastian threw away a lot of points this year, and Lewis hasn't. You know, and if you want to beat Hamilton in a Mercedes, you got to not throw away points. And Seb's been a disaster at the back half of the year. Like, in terms of how many points he's sacrificed with silly mistakes. If he wants to, he's more than fast enough of being, you know, winning a championship. He could have won this year, but he's got to cut the mistakes out. Just too many. Just the silly stuff. And as I said, the way he dropped the car in Germany, in the rain, that was where he lost the championship. Because Hamilton was faultless this year, you know, like, he really, really good, and Sebastian certainly was not faultless. Like, Ferrari's reliability's been good. Their overall pace, and particularly in the first 2/3 of the championship, was good. But they sacrificed too many points through stupidity. It looks too slippy. Yeah, it certainly feels like it's slippy.
Reports are that heavy rain will be arriving on track within 5 minutes' time.
Yeah. How's my day been? Yeah, it had its moments, Alex. It had its moments. It's been up and down. Overall, it's been okay.
We're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
I don't hate Mercedes, I'm sick of them winning. Yeah. No, I don't like Mercedes. I haven't liked them for a long time. Even from before they started winning. And their behaviour whilst they've been winning, I hate it. Oh, you know, Ferrari are very close to us, like all the way through, you know, 13, 14, 15, you know, 16. We have to keep pushing because we're being caught by the other teams. No, you're not. You've got a rule set. You've got an advantage that's protected by the regulations that won't allow other teams to catch up. Like, spare me with the fake, the sport's actually really close. Like, just, if you're just in front, don't pretend. Ferrari never pulled that junk. I didn't like it when they pushed Braun out of the team. When Toto Wolff and Niki Lauda pushed Ross Braun out of the team against his will. I didn't like that. Because that was Braun's team. And yeah, he got shafted out of it by Wolff and Lauda. And I thought it was a dog thing to do. Particularly because Ross set them up for victory by setting the path of the hybrid era, and then Mercedes got a jump start on everybody else because Ross Braun, you know, played a big part in framing the regulations that became the 2014 regulations. Pay respects until 2021. Honestly, Formula 1's got a lot of problems it needs to address. Not first and foremost the dominance of Mercedes, the focus on power unit as being the differentiator in car performance. That's got to go. No one gives a crap about the power unit. The power unit's too complex. Grid penalties for power unit usage. That's got to go. That's stupid. All that sort of little stuff. I mean, the MGUH might be a fantastic piece of technology, but I don't care. You know, I just want good racing, and it's too expensive. It's cost prohibitive for other manufacturers to come in. Just give it a 5-litre V6, yeah. Just put back in the 2.4-litre V8 that we had up until 2014. You know, what was wrong with that? Oh, it's a internal combustion engine. Like, you know, they're old school. Yeah, I don't care. I mean, if you want to be Formula E, why does Formula E exist? You know, Formula 1's just going to end up competing with Formula E for hybrid and electric, and that's a mistake by Formula 1, I think. And do they honestly think that Mercedes is going to hang around as soon as they stop winning? No, they'll be gone out the door. They've already got a Formula E team. They'll bugger off and do that because it'll be more relevant to their manufacturing. That's the problem with making Formula 1 an actual competitor to Formula E. Like, just stop it with the environmental stuff of it. Just let it be an old racing series with loud engines and fuel usage, you know? Yeah. Formula 1's got an identity crisis at the moment, and I think it needs to solve it. Otherwise, it's going to end up dying. Honestly, Because Formula E will take over as full electric. Forget hybrid. Hybrid's not the future. Full electric's the future. So as soon as that becomes viable, all, you know, the manufacturers are all bugger off the Formula E. So if you want Formula 1 to stay relevant, you've got to make it different from Formula E. Having the stuff we have now with this focus on, you know, motor generation, unit H, and kinetic and heat and all that sort of stuff, that's not what the fans want. Fans want a pure, fastest cars in the world racing series, you know? And they want the cars to be insane. They want them to be loud and fast. So just do that. It's not expensive to have a V8. And if the manufacturers leave, good. See you later. I don't care. I don't care about the manufacturers. They should never be acquiescing to the manufacturers in the first place. Otherwise, or do I need to remind you what happened in 2008 and 2009 with Toyota and BMW, you know, and Honda? They all just up and left the sport, you know? Left teams stranded. Peter Sauber had to buy his team back just to keep the team afloat. Ross Brawn had to buy Honda for $1 to keep the team afloat and keep people in jobs. And then Formula 1 never learns its lesson. It just keeps on acquiescing to the manufacturers all over again. Never ever learns. They don't reckon Renault will be out? You know. As soon as Formula E is the viable platform, they're not going to continue to run in a hybrid series. As soon as they're allowed to build their own cars in Formula E, see you later. Like, Mercedes will be gone, Renault will be gone. And Red Bull will only race where the eyes are. If people stop watching Formula 1, Red Bull's not going to hang around either. And there goes one of your big entry points into the sport. The manufacturers have too much power. There's too much focus on power units as differentiator. There should be quality of the chassis that's a differentiator. I wouldn't care if they all ran a bloody spec engine, to be honest. Put a Ferrari in the back of everyone's car and just let whoever build the best car win.
This heavy rain will last around 15 minutes, after which we should see a transition to...
Formula 1 needs to be a big FU to the environment. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily mean that. I mean, just there's no need to have the regulations like they do now that are focused on hybrid. Like, who cares about hybrid? It's not the future. It's not the past. It means nothing. But Formula E cars look sick. Yes, they do. And that's another reason Formula 1 will lose its appeal, because Formula E cars look better than Formula 1 cars now. Especially because Le Mans Tribute was 700 miles seconds faster than F1 Mercedes. That tells you F1 is weak. Yeah, it's not about F1 being weak or strong. It's just... it's got an identity crisis. Do they want to be the fastest cars, or... Because if you're going to play in hybrid, you're going to lose. Like, if they just keep making hybrid cars, hybrid's not the future. The manufacturers will leave, or they'll push Formula 1 to go full electric, and that's a big mistake by Formula 1 if they thought about doing that. Remember when teams made engines? They never really have. Not to a large extent. That's only really been true when there's been a lot of manufacturers in the sport, like Toyota and BMW, Honda, alongside Ferrari, McLaren with Mercedes Ilmor, Renault. I mean, even back in the old days, they used to run, you know, a lot of custom engines, a lot of Ford DFEs back in the 70s and 80s. So there's never been a big sport about teams making their own engines. The problem is, you've got an incredibly complex power unit regulation set today. ridiculous rules in place about how many units they can use, and then they get grid penalties, which is just dumb. Grid penalties are the stupidest thing they've ever come up with for penalising component usage. It just makes a failure like a domino effect for for the race that follows. Particularly, you look like something what happened to Daniel between Mexico and Brazil. Like, he had to replace a turbo because a marshal filled it with bloody fire extinguisher foam, and he had to take a penalty for it. Like, how stupid is that? Like, what kind of sport are we running here? I mean, that's just dumb. Like, why should he have to wear a 5-place grid penalty for that? That put him out of contention to win the Grand Prix. Like, that's just silly. Like, it makes no sense. That's not what the fans want. Fans want to see Ricciardo at the front battling with his teammate. I think F1 needs a new boss. Yeah, I think it does too. F1 needs to sort itself out. It needs to work out what it's for. And it needs to just give a big middle finger to the manufacturers and say, we're going to run a racing series and we don't care whether you stay or not. Because if they can arrest the slide, they'll have a popular enough series because the fans want to watch it. If they keep doing what they're doing now, the fans aren't going to want to keep watching it. They'll end up with nothing. Everyone's sick of watching Mercedes win. The only people who are happy nowadays are Hamilton fans. The sport's offering nothing to anybody else except Verstappen fans. DRS looks...
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
DRS looks silly, you know. The power unit regulations suck.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
I reckon somebody strange is going to win this race. I don't know who's in the lead. Might be a Haas. That white dot would seem to indicate that there's a Haas in the lead of the race. That'd be the second time a Haas has won it, because Magnussen won a race not that long ago. Ah, Vettel won the race, okay. We got third. It's a good result.
Top job, my friend, top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you pulled through. Thank you.
Vettel, I'm glad you knew, Derodros. I didn't. It's so complicated, the new F1, don't get it. Yep. Wow, this is a cool NASCAR game.
Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts.
It certainly is, Trunk Gang. Best NASCAR game ever. Also, poor Ericsson.
It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier.
So I swear
gets you
Hamilton
brake
must have
later,
one-stopped.
and can put you a long way up the road.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table.
Gave up 3
Moving
points.
on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Well, I have to give it to Lewis Hamilton. You know, it was just the kind of drive you'd expect
One
from a
stop
multiple
from
world
Hamilton.
champion.
On to the constructors then. We saw a dip in form from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improved their position in the championship. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
Well, we got another trophy. That's nice. Kimi for president. President of what? The Vodka Drinking Society?
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today? You must be thrilled to be up on the podium. You're beating all expectations. Would you say we all underestimated you?
I'll say that.
Did you feel comfortable in the wet weather today? Appreciate your time.
Go for durability, Honda boy. Nah, I don't need durability. We're all good. I say that after my Q3 was badly compromised by a fault. What are you gonna do? Can't do anything about it. That was a good race. 10th to 3rd. Overtook plenty of cars.
Fantastic podium. Well done. Keep pushing like this for the rest of the season.
Contract negotiation.
It's time for us to renegotiate your contract. Here you can see the current deal. Once negotiations begin, the team will make you an offer. You can accept if you like, but I strongly suggest we push for better terms.
I think we say that.
Asking for too much.
Oh, we asked for way too much, didn't we? Wow. Let's leave that at 3. Oh, actually, let's turn that down. Oh!
That proposal. Let's try something else.
Yeah, it's easy.
Okay, that proposal looks good.
I just want as
It
many.
seems all parties are happy with the deal.
I want to.
So it'll commence the next race weekend.
I want to accrue as many resource points as possible.
We've received invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.
96 Williams F12018. Oh no, this is the one. Replace the gearbox. Absolutely. And then we'll call it quits after this race, because I've got some work to do, believe it or not, even though it's 20 to 10 at night. Do them. Who am I doing? The durability. Come on, Snow, don't get me specific, man. Overtaking challenge.
Welcome to today's invitational event, where some of the world's finest drivers will be treating us to a special exhibition of some of the sport's most iconic cars.
Oh, right, gotcha. Yeah, well, I am doing it, see? Here we go. Listen to that V10 scream. Outside. Whoa! 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 To be fair to the game, he hit me. Murray hit me. Murray hit me. Oh, why can't I drive this car all the time? You can keep the Toro Rosso, just give me this thing. We got it right at the death. Right at the death. Ah, that was so good. I feel like doing it again, just for the lols. You know what? We're gonna do it again just for the lols. Why not? And then yeah, and then we'll end the video. I just want to drive this car more. See if we can get to the lead. Man, this car doesn't need DRS. I mean, there was less overtaking back in the era of these cars, but you don't need overtaking. Because overtakes had to be earned back then. Overtakes aren't earned today. Oh, I think we got it. I think we got it. I'm going to say we got it. I think we won it. We took the lead just as the clock struck 0. Overtakes 18 of 15. Gonna say we got it. Nicky Lauda's drive you just passed. Oh, and the next race is my favourite. Next race is Spa. Next race is Spa. Oh yeah, that's going to be a good Friday night. So that will be it for the stream tonight. I want to thank everybody who tuned in to watch and everybody who watches later on the YouTubes and the Twitches and the Facebooks and all of those kinds of things. I had a really good fun race around Hungaroring.
Congratulations on your success in the invitational event. There may not be points or prizes, but it still helps you look good.
And so that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that race. We didn't use any flashbacks or anything. We just had a good flat out race from 10th to 3rd. It was good. So that'll do. Le Grand Rouge next race. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be great. So, but that'll do for this stream. Looking at the schedule for the upcomings, let's have a look here. There we go. We'll be back here on Friday. Friday. I finished one of your streams. You have, Snowdog. Congratulations. So we'll be back on Friday, about an hour and a half earlier than what we are right now, for another F1 2018 stream for Spa. We'll do some more Red Dead Redemption 2 over the weekend. Those streams haven't been particularly popular, so I'm not sure if I'll keep them up. I really enjoy the game myself, but yeah, people aren't really watching it, so I might just play that offline and do more F1 2018 where I get more engagement. As always, if you guys got any ideas for games or racing things you'd like to see me try and do and accomplish and fail at, then do let me know. Comment either in the chat live or say so, comment on the channel. There we go. But that'll do. That's it. So you might notice the advertisement at the top left-hand corner for Os Anime Collectibles. That is my business, osani.com.au. If you're in Australia and you like anime and you want to buy some anime paraphernalia, do check it out. If you let me know that you've gone to the store via my stream, then I might be able to flick you a discount. I know the guy who runs the place. So there is that. That will do. Thank you everybody who tuned in. I really appreciate it. Special call out to Snow Dog and Alex for their and Deradros for just keeping the conversation going in the chat. Really appreciate it. You guys know that I like when there's lots of chat going on and we can have a bit of a conversation whilst I'm doing these races and failing epically. But that'll do. Thanks for watching everybody. I'll catch you on Friday. Toodle pip.